I know in my previous video I said I don't do bandwagon content, but this being GTA 6 trailer week and all, you couldn't go 5-page clicks on the internet without seeing every version of Florida Man. The hype is real. And this made me think about every big anticipated trailer release of the past. Regardless of how good or bad a premium media property turns out to be, everyone remembers the feeling of hype and anticipation that the trailer run came with. And sometimes the trailer winds up being even better than the thing you're waiting for. Remember how hyped you were when Rockstar dropped the GTA 5 trailer? Well, there's actually some pseudoscience that explains why anticipation feels like it's better than the actual event. Your mind will concoct the most amazing, exaggerated experience that reality can almost never live up to or compete with. Think about the run-up to a holiday trip you took or a big concert that you attended. The build-up, anticipation, wardrobe, packing, shopping for the experience, that's usually the purest form of unblemished excitement. Time almost doesn't exist in your imagination, and that's why people will say things like, when GTA 6 drops, it's over for all my relationships. You will not see me for a year. But in practice, unless you have a gaming addiction, that fire will flame out in a couple of weeks or months of getting the game. Then you'll salute the fallen soldiers who never got to see it and wait for the next GTA 7 hype train. Or maybe I'm wrong, cause I've been playing GTA San Andreas for 19 years and still going strong. Either way, even after everyone has played the game or watched Avengers Endgame, they'll always congregate back at the trailer on YouTube to reminisce in the comment sections about how they first saw the trailer after school on that Tuesday afternoon and it defined their childhood or high school hood or the hood. Delete that part. The reason why GTA games in particular have an extra boost to the hype train is because the games are presented as an actual location you want to go to. The lead up to the game release is like packing for a trip to some really exciting place where you can do anything. Before this current sucky digital era, the games came with books that were designed as maps and guides to help you with your exploration of this new destination, and it made the place feel really tangible. I'm taking a trip down to Vice City and I won't be back until I finish my business there. And up until GTA 4, all the games had you arriving at this new city as either a stranger or someone who had been away for a while, so you are learning the lay of the land at the same time with the character you are playing as. That's part of the genius of the old GTA games that was lost in GTA 5. So just touching on the GTA 6 trailer, while it was quite visually stunning, you only need to go back to the GTA 5 trailer that blew you away before to see how big the leap in visual quality is. But reading through the comments on the GTA 5 trailer, there are so many current comments from people that had just watched the GTA 6 trailer over and over and over and had now been led back to the GTA 5 trailer to reminisce about the good old days. All the old YouTube music videos have comments about how the site is like a time machine. It's become a huge repository for nostalgia, kinda like a digital time capsule. Although I loved the GTA 3, Vice City and San Andreas games, I watched all the trailers much later because YouTube was not a thing when those games came out, and you had to get all your gaming news from TV and magazines. I remember poring over all the gaming magazines in the lead up to San Andreas while failing all my classes, and those are some golden memories. I could not wait to see what this new GTA game was that was reportedly bigger than GTA 3 and Vice City. That's still peak Rockstar for me, but that's a separate road that will go down in future. Now, I don't know what was going on in my life around the time of GTA 4 because being online wasn't that much of a thing, and Facebook was still the new kid on the block if I remember correctly. YouTube wasn't that big in my life at the time either, but it was ramping up. I remember seeing the game at a friend's house and I was shocked that a new GTA had been released without my knowledge. Actually, come to think of it, I didn't have a console at the time and I wasn't gaming very much. So that's when I went online to look into it, and I'm always so hyped when Nico says,
"Life is complicated. I killed people, smuggled people, sold people. Perhaps here, things will be different."
That's cold though, that's a cold one, okay.
Cause it takes me back to a much simpler time. And even now when I watch those trailers that I've memorized beat by beat, I'm transported back to that aimless moment in my life when I didn't know what I was doing and I just went with the flow. The only really consistent thing at the time was my relationship, my uni friends, and my love for gaming. Because I went and bought an Xbox 360 to play GTA 4. I similarly stumbled across Red Dead 1 on Twitter of all places, and that game is tied with GTA San Andreas as my top 2 favorite gaming experiences of all time. but we're going to stay on GTA. The amount of nostalgia that people had for GTA 4, especially my friend who was just out of high school and had a whole month or two of GTA 4 with no accompanying obligations, is probably his favorite memory. The expansion of GTA 4 with the episodes from Liberty City DLC was such a vibe as well. My uni friends were poring over the trailers for the Ballad DLC, and Luis seemed like the coolest guy. I was really hyped to see a brighter, more vibey side of the same city that was so dark in the Nico Bellic story. The trailer also promised party life things that were not a focus in the core GTA 4 story, and I was all in for it. Not so much for The Lost and Damned, but I was kinda curious what that was about. Then we get to GTA 5. This is honestly my least favorite GTA game, and even as subjectively subpar as it was, and the horrors that followed in GTA Online that appear to have driven away the OG creative minds to form a new studio, I remember how insane the excitement was for it. GTA 4 was cool, but it was a bit claustrophobic, and GTA 5 promised a return to my favorite place in the world, the great state of San Andreas. Only they went and changed things on us and made it Los Santos alone, which, you know, I have opinions. But getting those revealed trailers and doing the usual thing that everyone does was so much fun. I still come back to that Franklin trailer from time to time that introduced me to such an epic song.
Ah, gangster shit!
Breaking down each scene and trying to extrapolate what each visual could mean. Oh man, you can buy and sell homes in this. It will be just like San Andreas, but even better. Yo, what if Luis and Tony move from Liberty City to Los Santos and open a club? Then you can hang out with them and maybe even become a club manager. You'll be able to take on jobs and work in the fields if you want. The environments will all be destructible. Look at that beautiful scenery. I'll bet this is the first GTA game where you can sit on benches and chairs and watch the sunset. Actually, side tangent, because some people usually get on me about these little things. Someone was asking why I would even want to sit on a bench in a GTA game. And the answer is simple. It's an immersion thing. Imagine having a sandbox where you can do everything, but furniture is somehow inaccessible. It kinda breaks the world with an unnecessary limitation. Now, I'm not a game developer or anything, but I don't think it's monumentally difficult to just add a function that allows you to sit. I'm glad they fixed that in Red Dead Redemption 2, but I digress. Actually, there's a video on a channel called CatFat that captures this experience perfectly. This guy is doing all the GTA things and looks bored out of his mind. You know that moment when you've been playing GTA so long and you're so bored that you just start going on unnecessary rampages and you start turning into a psycho? Well, he's doing all that until he discovers all the life sim things and he suddenly gets super hype. It's such a dope video, go check it out because it mirrors some of my own experiences with GTA games. But back to the trailer talk, I'll even admit that those damn Definitive Edition trailers got me. They really got me. But even as atrocious as those games ended up being, I still get hype when I see the trailer.
Hello?
It's associated with such a positive, optimistic moment where I had been dreaming of a San Andreas remaster for a long time and it was finally coming true. I remember reading a comment that said our parents never wanted us to play GTA because they thought it would turn us into violent psychopaths, but instead, it gave us all really great taste in music. And that's another feature of why these trailers are usually so epic. But that finally leads me into GTA 6. The same song and dance is playing out exactly on cue. People have poured through the trailer trying to figure out what's a cutscene and what's gameplay. Like, will passengers be standing in the drop top while you're driving? Can you film other people as you're driving? Will people just be twerking on cars in the open world? Will there be parties and events around the city that you can attend? Will they actually have a romance in the game and not just do what GTA 5 did, where Michael can't interact with his wife outside of the story cutscenes the way he does with the ladies of the night? Will you be able to hunt like in Red Dead 2 and sell gator skins for cash? Then there's my usual favorite one that never fails. Will you be able to enter all buildings? I mean, you must, because I saw in that building over there on the balcony where there was a party, as well as the other scenes that were packed with a lot of people, and the cars and the activity, and I think this city will always be popping off. So when you use that social media app in the game, you'll be able to know which locations have events, and you'll be able to go to them, blah 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 blah. You know how all these incoherent wishful theories go. Rockstar is always so smart about giving you just enough to let your imagination run wild and create all sorts of mechanics that will not actually be in the game. Always remember, like Nokia phones in the early 2000s, Rockstar does not amalgamate all the cool things from previous games into the new game. Some of your favorite past features will be dropped. I promise you. But people will be playing this trailer for many weeks to come like they've done with all the previous GTAs, and 5, 6, 7 years from now, they'll all comment under this trailer and say how this was the best time of their life and they didn't even know it at the time. But what's your favorite gaming or movie trailer moment that got you irrationally hype and somehow still lives on with you?
To this day!
Let me know in the comments below and I will see you in the next one. Peace.